Hey guys, it's Stacy, and just a reminder, if you're watching this video right now, you have an internet connection and you have either a phone or computer, so you have everything you need to make some type of passive income online. Before I dive into my specific case study, how I made $24,288.55 on my $6,400 website purchase through passive income, I'm going to quickly go over some other fun passive income methods that I use and that you may or may not be familiar about. The first and most obvious passive income idea is to invest in dividend producing stocks. This is a great method because I love picking stocks that have nice dividends, especially when they're great companies, and it's truly passive because you don't do anything. It's not like you're working at these companies now or anything. You just get the passive dividend checks monthly or quarterly, depending on the company and the stock. There's a lot less risk than some of the other methods. I mean, there's risk obviously in every investing type method, but some of the other passive income ideas I'm going to go into don't have upfront costs or risks either. You can choose the one that makes the most sense for you and also choose a variety just to give yourself a variety of income sources and lessen your risk per source. I'm going to show you guys my dividend screenshot here because I do love investing in dividend stocks. Currently, my current dividend payout is $7,184.75 per year. I like to reinvest those dividends so I can get the benefits of compound interest, which really add up over time, but you can also take that as a nice check and add it to your salary each year. You have a lot of options when investing in dividend stocks. Another of my favorite passive income ideas is to create a creative royalty-based product. Something that I personally love to do around this is sell t-shirts on Amazon Merch. Amazon Merch is Amazon's t-shirt selling platform. You upload a design. You can draw a little squiggle or a little smiley face and you just upload it to Amazon. They list it on their site. It's completely free. When people search for smiley face by you, it'll come up and then they buy it. Amazon handles the marketing, they handle the printing, they handle the shipping, they handle the customer service, they handle the refunds, they handle the returns, they handle every single aspect of the business. You just handle drawing a little smiley face and uploading it to their site, and then you get paid a royalty for every shirt you sell. Obviously, there are pros and cons with this type of thing because they keep cutting the royalty payouts because they can. Currently, it's around $4. It used to be around $7, but it's still a great option, and I love doing it personally. If you're good at music or if you want to write a book or other types of things, you can get royalty payouts for those as well. I love creative artwork passive income. Another passive income idea that does require upfront work, but after you do the upfront work, it's passive, is creating your own course and selling it. And I've done this and made a few hundred with how to build a website type course, but it's not my favorite method and it takes a ton of marketing if you want to continue to see sales. Another passive income idea is affiliate links. You can promote affiliate products. You can use links or promo codes. Affiliate products are when you promote someone else's product or service. So you drive the traffic, you drive sales, and then they pay you per sale, which can be a really lucrative and cool method. For example, you should check out Pat Flynn's blog where he's made multi-six figures a month doing affiliate links for hosting and other types of very lucrative affiliate deals. Affiliate promotion is a really great option, especially if you have an audience already and you don't want to deal with the hassle of creating your own product or service to sell to them. Another passive income idea for those of you who aren't into high levels of risk is you can simply put your savings or your checking money into a high yield savings account. This past year, they were paying out 1.7% or even more in some cases, and they've drastically cut it due to outside events, but this can be a good option, and there you can choose one that's FDIC insured, backed by the government. I keep my money that I need to live on in this type of account, but I don't put too much money in it because you can get way better passive income yields using other methods, and honestly, I think the risk is not, I think there's risk in everything, including putting your money in a high yield savings account, even when it is backed by the government. Finally, if you have a large brand or traffic base already, you're in a great position to do any type of income, whether that's super active, semi-active, or completely passive. So you can implement some of the other things we already talked about, like affiliate links. you can just start selling your own products, whether that's your own course that we talked about, whether that's your own physical product, whether that's your own service. You can pretty much monetize your traffic base in any way. So you might have seen a ton of celebrities starting makeup companies, such as Kylie Jenner and recently like Selena Gomez and all those others, or even just when influencers run sponsored posts or ads to their audience. So if you have an audience, you can pretty much monetize it in any way, and you can make that semi-passive or even completely passive. If you have this community, you can also start a paid newsletter or a paid community where people pay monthly, such as through Patreon or through some type of other paid community platform where they pay monthly and you give them some type of value. So this is a great option for those who want to start a community and give value but make it more intimate in a paid space. If you already have a site making traffic, one of my favorite passive income methods is to put ads on that website. When you're running ads such as AdSense or one of the other ad platforms, you get paid monthly per page view and per ad page view, which is based on clicks and other metrics that those platforms measure. But it's a really great way because you don't have to deal with the hassle of selling a product or dealing with customers. You just get paid per page view and click. So that's one of my favorite passive income methods, and I'm going to get more into that when I go over my case study in a minute. But before we get into that, I want to compare the website investing passive income to real estate passive income and REIT type investments. Real estate and REITs are both great passive income investments, or semi-passive depending on how you set it up. Real estate, you do have a high level of like property tax, and you have maintenance costs, and you have to deal with always having turnover and finding renters for your place. You can outsource a lot of that. You also get some tax benefits, but real estate, like website investing, you get paid on a monthly basis and you get the cold hard cash in your pocket, which I really love the idea of getting paid each month from those investments. So they're assets, they're paying you every month. You don't have to worry about, like, a stock could just go down in value, and if you sell it when it's down, you lose that money, and if it never goes back up, you lose the money. But with real estate and stocks, once you get paid every month and you make back your initial investment, no one can take that away from you. It's yours. And then every month after that, the money is pure profitable passive income. The reason that I chose websites over real estate when I was first starting out is I didn't have a ton of capital to work with. So I wanted something where I would have to put in less money to get more money each month. And websites offer that in a way that real estate doesn't. Websites come with their own risks, especially if you buy one that's super dependent on one traffic source. But real estate is not without its risks as well. You just have to figure out what fits into your portfolio. Remember, you're not limited to one type of passive income investment as well. For 2 of the successful sites I've purchased, I've actually made my passive income website investment back in 10 months. That would be unheard of in something like real estate or any other type of asset-based investment. That is the main reason why I chose websites to get into in the first place, and why I do love them as an asset class. If you don't want to purchase a website, you can also create a website from scratch. This can be a little bit harder because you might not know how to drive traffic to it or how to monetize it. So when you purchase the website, you get that behind the scenes peek, and you can get an inside view of how to make it work, and you know what works. You can always try starting your own website, and I actually recommend that as well. And then you can mix that with purchasing them and creating them from scratch and build up a portfolio so you can have multiple websites instead of just relying on 1 or 2. All right, what you guys have been waiting for, I'm going to go into the case study to explain how I spent $6,400 and turned that into $24,288.54 in less than 2 years with a very passive website. It was actually the 3rd website I bought this case study that I'm going over, and it was actually a passive website investment because the content was completely user generated. So I didn't have to go in, create content. I didn't even have to outsource the content. It was free user generated content. And they were a group of admins who loved the community and the site so much that they did all the work for free just because they loved it. So I didn't really do anything. I didn't check on the site. I had ads running on the site. I bought the site for $6,400 at a 20 times monthly profit valuation, which means when I bought it, it was making $370 a month profit. And when you multiply that by 20, it equals $6,400. After buying it, I switched the ad network right away, and I was able to double the revenue, and it started making $600 a month for months 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then after the ad network became familiar with it, it started making $800 a month for month 6 and 7. And then an ad company reached out to me and they wanted to place their ad on the site where I could still run the other ads, and they wanted to pay 500 euros a month for that. So I said, yes, of course. And so they started placing their ad. The site started making $1,200 a month for months 8, 9, and 10, and then $1,300 a month at its peak. The ad company ended up switching to an RPM model, so it mixed in with my other ads, and that decreased the revenue. But I still kept it for a few more months, and it was still making a lot more money than when I bought it. After almost 2 years, I ended up selling that site. I listed it on Latonis.com. I ended up making a total, including all the ad revenue and the sale revenue, of $24,288.54 from the site. My only expenses at this time were, so I paid $50 for website transfer costs when I bought the site, $15 a month for hosting, and $12 a year for domain name. I didn't pay for content, I didn't pay for anything else. So it was really a passive website, and there weren't really that many expenses associated with it. So that's just an example of how you can leverage a website investment into passive income monthly, and why it's one of my favorite types of investments. It's a 379% return in less than 2 years, and you really won't find that anywhere else at this risk level, which is super mitigated if you know what you're doing. And it's not even something, like I said, you can find in real estate or any of the other types of things. You can leverage your money in any type of investment. You can even get a loan to buy a website. You can get a loan to buy real estate. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Personally, I don't like doing loans for this type of thing. Now you're probably wondering, where could I find a website that produces passive income? There are a few platforms that specialize in selling websites. The one that I mainly have used is Flippa.com, because it's just a platform where anyone can list a website for sale and anyone can buy a website. So they don't vet every listing. They don't really vet the listings. You have to vet them. But you can get great deals because there's so many listings posted, and since they're not vetted by Flippa, you have a chance to get a better deal, because some brokers will hike up the multiple because they vet the listing. That gives buyers a sense of security, so they're able to do that, and they have fewer listings, so it puts their listings in higher demand. Anyway, I've used Flippa for the majority of my purchases, and then you can also go to Latonis.com, Latonas.com, and that's where I sold one of my websites. You can go to EmpireFlippers.com, you can go to FEInternational.com, you can go to MotionInvest.com, you can go to Investors.club, you can go to Quiet Light Brokerage, you can even go to Facebook groups that specialize in website investing, and people will post websites that they're selling in those groups, which is another great deal. And once you start to get to know people in this space, you'll be able to get access to more private deals as well. Oh, and you can sign up for my newsletter at her.co, www.her.co, and go to the subscribe or the about page. And I send out website deals sometimes, as well as news in the industry. You can sign up there if you want to get more website deals. On Flippa, you have to be careful because you have to do all the vetting, and that's where I got burned with my first website purchase, because I didn't go in depth with the vetting. So if you do buy from Flippa, do super deep revenue and traffic verification. Empire Flippers is a great place because they vet really carefully, but honestly they can still make mistakes, so I would still go super deep with the vetting. But they do tend to sell at a higher multiple, so you can likely not get quite as good of a deal. Then Latonis is hit or miss. If you can find good deals, you still have to really vet the sites and verify. They do have a good selection. The other platforms, just check them out and see if there are any that jump out to you that you want to try. If you want to dive into what makes a successful website purchase and how you can go through a checklist and think about a website in a way to decide whether it makes sense to purchase, you should check out my website value investing method, the VSOT method that I created, which I explain on the Her CEO site in a blog post, as well as on this channel in a video called like VSOT value investing. Check out that video if you want to dive into how you can figure out what makes a good website purchase versus a bad one, and how you can go through the steps to figure out if a website is one that you should purchase. What do you guys think about website investing as a passive income method? Is it something that you would personally do? Let me know in the comments, yes or no, and comment your favorite passive income method too. I will reply to your comments, and like and subscribe if you want to see more. Looking forward to talking soon.